Good morning and welcome. It's Manifesting Monday, and this is the Morning Cuppa. So welcome, everyone. Please take a moment when you find this to share it. Share it out so other people can see that we can come in here and have a great time in the morning, no matter what's going on in the rest of the world. So I am going to do just that. I'm going to share that we are online, and please do the same. All right, let me get there. Okay, I found it. Let's get it shared. Mary, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Oops. Might want to turn my sound off because my phone's been going crazy. It's not liking me this morning. Anyway, hello and welcome. It's Monday and it is Manifesting Monday. So come on in and let's get started. The way we get started is to go into our heart. Good morning, Deirdre. Happy Monday. Okay, so hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. When you slow down the breathing, everything slows down. Your whole body starts to respond. And then we add in some love. Good morning, Pat Moss. Love is the secret ingredient. It's what puts it all in perspective. So breathe in slowly, touch your heart center, add in love. That is the key. It's the secret ingredient to really getting into a good space in your mind and your heart and connecting the heart and the brain. And then let's hold somebody else. Love is always better when it's shared. So who are you going to hug this morning? Who are you going to pull into your heart and say, I just love you unconditionally? I'm going to pull in all of you into my heart, plus some people that haven't showed up yet. So all the P's, I'm just holding you right now really tight and bringing you into my heart space. One thing that we started doing over a year ago, we started doing affirmations together. Affirmations are such a huge part of getting into a place where we know who we are. We know that we are worthy. We don't have to doubt it. We don't have to think about it. We just know. And the way we do it is with I am statements. I am itself is very powerful. You can just say I am and leave it at that and know from that statement that you are worthy, that you are enough. But if you add something after the word I am, it's just solidifying in your mind that you are whatever that is. I am that. I am. I am worthy. I am enough. I am financially abundant. I am happy. I am healthy. And we're going to talk about those affirmations today. We're going to talk about manifesting, what it takes to manifest. Good morning, Kathy Hand. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Hello, everybody that's finding the cuppa this morning. So first, let's do a little check-in. And we've been saying those affirmations over 400 days, and Deirdre's been keeping track. So she'll probably tell us in a minute how many days we've said those affirmations together. So 456 days that we've been saying them together. I was listening to someone last night talking about abundance, and I was laughing because she was saying exactly this. The key to abundance is affirmations. You don't have to believe them at first. And she was, in fact, talking about it took her over a year and a half, almost 2 years, to really believe, to fully believe in what she was saying. But she stuck in there. She said them every day religiously without missing a beat. I am enough. I am worthy. I am healthy. And I think that's one of the hardest ones. I am healthy, especially if your body is lying to you and telling you that you're not. If your body's got some aches and pains or something going on that's out of your control. But if you hang in there, if you keep saying them, if you keep telling yourself this story, you're really telling a new story. If you're saying, oh, I'm so sick today, that's your story. And that's how your reality will be. The way that you're showing up in the world by doing the affirmations and by fully believing the affirmations. So one thing that I learned from her name is Elizabeth, and I've been watching her for a bit now. I'm watching her grow and expand. So one thing I learned from her is something that I actually have been teaching myself, is to use all of your senses, or as many of your senses as possible. So what that means is, okay, we've been saying these affirmations for 456 days. We've been saying the affirmations together. And that's great. That's wonderful. We can do better. We can do more. Don't just say them. Get yourself a notebook, or if you've already got one or something you can write on, write some affirmations every day. Doesn't take but a minute. You can take a couple of minutes. Do it at the same time so that you get into the habit of knowing that at that time you are going to feed your mind. You're going to feed it these positive thoughts, these positive affirmations of how it is. So you can actually set an alarm, or you can just know in your mind that at this time of day or night, I'm going to do this. It could be early in the morning before you get started into whatever you do during the daytime. If you're working, playing, cleaning house, whatever you're doing, maybe that's your time to just sit with yourself and sit with the ability to have a quiet moment to do something like this. Maybe it's at the end of the day before you go to sleep, and that's my preference. I like, at the end of each day, I like to just think about what's happened during the daytime. What took place? What was something that I benefited from that I can really feel good about? What happened that maybe I wish had happened a little differently? And so I think about how I can learn from anything that happened during my day. But whatever it is, whatever time you choose, do it consistently. So maybe you already have a notebook or a piece of paper, something you can write on. And years ago, I heard, and I think it was from Wayne Dyer, that if you use a colored pen, it doesn't have to be necessarily black. But if you use a pen, especially like a blue pen or a red pen, that it makes a difference. I don't know why. I can't explain it. He didn't explain it. He just said it makes a difference. And uh, I trusted. So that's what I did. I would use a different colored pen and I would write down the affirmations. I would write down what it was that I wanted to know or wanted to see every day. So the timing, make it consistent. You can write the same affirmations every time, or you can write ones that you resonate with, or you can change and each day write something that's whatever comes to you, whatever you feel. But make it a consistent habit to write down these affirmations and then come on the morning show and say them with us. So saying them, seeing them, writing them, hearing them, use every sense that you can use to bring this into more of a really real feel for you and make it real. Make it where when you say, I am healthy, you're feeling that every cell in your body is healthy. Every cell is doing its job. It's perking up. It's saying, oh, okay, I know what that means. I know how to do that. And it does. Our body knows how to work right. It knows how to take care of us. And it knows how to do its job. We don't have to micromanage it. We don't have to tell our heart to beat. It just does what it does. That's its purpose. And it does its purpose until something goes wrong. And then we have to look at that and work on healing whatever it is, because the body heals itself. So doing this religiously, saying the affirmations, writing the affirmations, hearing the affirmations, and really feeling it, really honestly feeling it inside that something has shifted, something has changed inside of you. This is how we manifest. Once you start doing these steps, and we've been doing the first part, we've been saying them, now write them. And let's do that here on Cuppa. Write into the message whatever affirmation you want for yourself. What is it that you would say if there was one thing that you want to claim as I am? What is your most powerful I am? I want you all to write it in right now, if you have the ability to do so. I know, like with Kathy, I know you're driving, so it might not be so easy. But if you can actually write in an I am statement into the messages, let's do that every morning. Let's use our sense of hearing, because you're hearing me say them. Let's use our sense of writing it and really have it come from your heart when you write it, and put some feeling into it. Make the I am capital I, capital A, capital M. I am enough. Thank you, Andrea. And Kathy says, today I actually wrote an affirmation in my journal. I am financially ready and able to retire on April 28th, 2028. 2 years from now. I love it, Kathy. Good morning, Darlene. Welcome in. Good morning, Andrea. Who else came in while I was talking? Deirdre says, I just think it's hard for us mere humans to believe that we are, in fact, creators. We are. It's a fact. And, Jesus even talked about how anybody can do what he did when he did miracles, when he spoke and something happened. We can do that. A lot of spiritual teachers will tell us that is fifth dimensional energy. When we release the limiting beliefs of the 3D world, of the 4D world, and we go into a higher vibration, our words create immediately. There's no delay because we're on spirit time, not our human linear time. So yes, we can, and we will, and we do create. And the way we do that is with the steps that I just shared with you. Say it, write it, believe it, see it. Using the senses will really bring you to that point of knowing I am enough. I am worthy. Kathy, I am at the parking lot at work, so I was able to write mine here. How awesome, Kathy. I love that. And Deirdre, I am finding ways to bring in world peace for all beings with consciousness. I love your I am, Deirdre. You're right there on the same page with me, girlfriend. We are doing this together, and I love it. I love manifesting Mondays. I love that we can really find ways to help each other. That's what this is all about. It's not about me. This isn't about even the show, the Morning Cuppa show. This is our family. This is real life. You are magnificent beings of love and light. And I love making that an I am statement. I am a magnificent being of love and light. So some of these are suggestions that you can use. Make up your own. Like Deirdre, I love that. I am finding ways to bring in world peace. And make it where it's real, make it where it's timely, because when we think of it as going to happen, then it's still a someday. And someday is not a date on the calendar. I love, Kathy, that you put an actual date on yours, and that's a goal. So keeping that in your mind and in your habit every day of writing it out. Write it down. Write it in a blue ink or green ink or red ink, whatever color appeals, or change the color every day. But do it such that it's going to stand out for you and you can see it. You see it real when you start writing it out. And Deirdre says, well, we kind of couldn't be doing any of this without you. It's not about me. It's about us as a family, us as a collective. And I love that. All right, so that's Manifesting Monday. And I'm loving this one. And I want to, every day, I want to see y'all writing your I ams. I want to see you writing it into the messages. I want to hear that you're writing it and doing a consistent, if this is your time to do it, great. Make this your time to do it, but do it every day with us. And let's all do this together and bring in those wonderful things that we say we want in our life. Good morning, Kim. Okay, well, that brings us to story time, doesn't it? Let me pull up the story from the angels. And I think it was a pretty good story from last night. I am drinking coffee, Catherine. Catherine, I love that. You know, we got to use humor. We really have to use humor in our lives. It makes such a difference. Good morning, Kelly Buck. Unfortunately, you had a very bad day on your birthday, and today is starting off poorly as well. Asking for prayers. I'm grateful I am here now. Well, that's a beginning, isn't it? You're here. You're here with people who love you, Kelly, people who care that you had a bad day and want to see that turned around, want to pivot around to, I am a magnificent being of love and light. I choose to make this a better day each moment, to make every moment count. All right, so the story time from last night that the angels shared with me and I'm sharing with you is called Set Yourself Free. Let me get it where I can see it. Hi, Julie Kiss. I am a P for peace. You most certainly are, Deirdre. I love that. All right. Louis B. Sneds said, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover the prisoner was you. For many years, I misunderstood forgiveness. I thought it was something we did for someone else. If another person hurt us, betrayed us, abandoned us, or disappointed us, forgiveness seemed like letting them off the hook. It felt unfair. Why should they be forgiven when they caused the pain? And then one day, I heard a simple truth. Forgiveness is not about them, it's about you. That realization changed everything. There have been many experiences in my life where I held tightly to anger, resentment, and hostility. One of the most profound occurred when my kidneys failed at the age of 20. I was terrified. I felt betrayed by my own body, and I felt abandoned by God. Anger rose within me like a wildfire. I railed against heaven. I accused God of not loving me. I cried, I screamed, and unleashed every harsh thought that I could find. I became consumed by feelings of injustice and self-pity. I played the role of victim very well. At the time, I believed I had every right to be angry. And indeed I did. The problem was not the anger itself. The problem was that I stayed there. I held on to that rage for a long time. And underneath it all was fear. Fear of dying, fear of being alone, fear of an uncertain future. I felt misunderstood, unloved, and completely overwhelmed. Yet instead of processing those emotions, I buried them beneath layers of blame. I became a prisoner of my own stinking thinking. What eventually shifted inside of me, I can't fully explain. Maybe it was grace. Maybe it was exhaustion from carrying such a heavy burden. But somewhere along the way, I realized that God was not punishing me. I was punishing myself. I began to see how much energy it took to maintain my anger. Every day, I replayed the same story. Every day, I reopened the wound. Every day, I reinforced the belief that life had wronged me. The prison door had never been locked. I was simply holding the key and refusing to use it. In many spiritual and holistic traditions, the kidneys are associated with fear. Because they filter waste from the body, they are often seen as symbolic of our ability to release emotional toxins, criticism, old hurts, and past traumas. Whether or not one embraces that perspective, it is an interesting metaphor. My kidneys were struggling physically, but emotionally, I was struggling to release what no longer served me. I did not understand then that forgiveness was the medicine my soul desperately needed, not because God needed my forgiveness, not because my kidneys needed my forgiveness, because I needed my forgiveness. I needed to forgive God for not being who I thought God should be. I needed to forgive my body for not functioning the way I wanted it to. Most importantly, I needed to forgive myself for being afraid. Forgiveness does not mean we approve of what happened. It does not mean we deny the pain or pretend everything is fine. It simply means we stop carrying the poison. We stop allowing yesterday's wounds to dictate today's experience. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the chains of the past. The journey to forgiveness took years for me. It was not a single moment, but a series of small choices. Each time I chose compassion over blame, acceptance over resistance, and love over fear, another link in the chain broke away. Eventually, I discovered what Lewis Smeds meant. The prisoner was never God. The prisoner was never my circumstances. The prisoner was me. And forgiveness was the key that unlocked the door. Dear angels, why is forgiveness so difficult for us? Dear ones, because forgiveness asks you to release the story that has become part of your identity. Many of you have carried wounds for so long that you no longer know who you would be without them. Yet healing begins when you become willing to lay down the burden. Forgiveness does not erase your experience, it transforms it. The soul was never designed to carry resentment indefinitely. You were created to flow like a river, allowing life's experiences to move through you rather than becoming trapped within you. When you forgive, you are not changing the past, you are changing your relationship to it. Freedom begins the moment you choose love over fear. The angels whisper. The key to your freedom has always been in your hands. Forgive what was, bless what is, trust what will be. When you release the weight of resentment, your soul remembers how to soar. So today, I promise to always remember that forgiveness is all about me, and it is the key to my freedom. I'm going to put this angel whisper in the comments because it really just puts it into perspective for us. And there it is. The key to your freedom has always been in your hands. Forgive what was, bless what is, and trust what will be. That is powerful, you guys. Are you seeing this? Are you hearing it and seeing it? Because when the angels said this, it just makes so much sense. It really is the key. And that's what forgiveness is. It's not saying it's okay that so-and-so abused me. It's okay that somebody did something wrong. That's on them. It's not our job to micromanage everybody, and we can't change anybody other than ourselves. And that is what will help us to move forward and not be stuck in those emotions like I was for years and years and years, stuck in emotions of fear and anger and blame and shame and guilt. The freedom comes when you say, okay, I get it. I understand. I know now that I don't have to point a finger at anybody. I don't even have to point a finger at myself. I accept and I want to be free. And I am free. That's my I am, my biggest I am. I am free. Free from those shackles that were holding me back. And this is a true story. This isn't some made up fantasy. This actually happened to me when I was 20 years old. My kidneys just stopped. They just said, nah, we're done. We're not going to work anymore. And they didn't. And it was scary. If you can imagine being pretty much still a child at age 20 and just having your body betray you and say, no, not going to work, not going to do what I'm supposed to do. And then have to go through all of what I went through. I went through dialysis for 8 months. I went through a kidney transplant, and I'm celebrating next month. I'm celebrating 50, wait a minute, what year are we in? 2026. I'm celebrating 51 years of that transplant. And it has worked. The transplanted organ has worked in my body for all these years by the grace of God and by, I think, me realizing that anger, fear, resentment, guilt, shame, blame, those emotions are so harmful to us. And letting it all go is the key to going forward in a healthy and happy way. So let's see what happened while I was doing story time. Darlene says, this is very interesting as I have blood in my urine for years and have to go to a urologist just to be checked for regularly. Yeah, letting it go. And Darlene says, I also have a spiritual practice every day working on Cassie, as you taught a while back, and Abraham Hicks. Yeah, pivoting away from all of that low vibration energy is what's going to lift you into a higher vibration, which is where the healing actually takes place. Oh, thank you, Julie Kiss. Thank you, Deirdre, for our daily prayer. So Kuan Yin says, walls come tumbling down. To defend ourselves against pain, we can create walls of protection around us, sometimes without even realizing it. Those walls make it hard for love, life, and joy to enter our world. Maybe we needed those walls once upon a time, but now it's time for those walls to come tumbling down because divine love wants to enter your world. It certainly does, and it is time. It's divine time for that to happen. So let's see what Yogananda says for today, which is the 8th of June already. Be honest with yourself. The world is not honest with you. The world loves hypocrisy. When you are honest with yourself, you find the road to inner peace. Don't listen to anybody else. Listen to your heart. Your heart will never lie to you. So when you do that, when you listen with every part of your being, you'll hear the truth. And I think that's why these affirmations are so important. When we listen to them, they're telling us truth. When we say, I am enough, that's a truth. When we say, I am healthy, that's a truth. It may not make sense when you're saying it if there's something going on, but the more you say it, the more your body realizes, oh, yeah, that's how I am. I am in perfect health. No matter what the world tries to tell me, I am healthy. All right, so I'm only going to do one whisper before we do our prayers today. And today's the 8th, so I'm going to page 8. Remember, dear ones, that the path forward is not about eliminating fear, but about moving through it with grace and faith. Each step you take, guided by love and gentle hands of us, your angels, is a step towards your highest self. Fear is merely a part of the experience of life, not its entirety. Embrace it as a teacher, not a tyrant. As you continue on your journey, may you feel the gentle wings of angels at your back, pushing you towards the light. May you find the courage within to move, to grow, to become. And may each fear you face be a step closer to the divine love that awaits you at every turn. All of these messages worked together to emphasize what the angels want us to understand, to forgive, to let go, to live, to fully live, not live in fear, not live in chains that's holding us back from our being able to soar as high as we can soar. And each message that came from all these different places are all saying the same thing. They're just all repeating those words to let go. Let go, let God. I love that saying. Okay, well, let's get into our prayers. Julie Kiss, there you go. Affirm it. Say it. Write it. Write it down every day. Make a note, set a timer, whatever you have to do. Come on here every day and write it into the comments. But make your affirmation something that's powerful to you and watch the shift happen. It will happen, I promise. The more you put energy into it, the more the universe responds, and your body will pay attention and respond. All right. Thank you, Deirdre, for putting our daily prayer up for us. Every day, we bring to God our prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, our children, support for all families living with addiction, our troops, all countries and their leaders, that they will remember who they are. They'll remember their mission as leaders to lead their people into peace. For me and my family, and for any traveling peas. Thank you so much, Deirdre. And other P's remind us to remember those who suffer from dementia or are touched by suicide in any form. And also to remember those who feel unloved, unseen, unheard, for the homeless that feel displaced, for any of our service people who are out deployed away from family and maybe in the line of danger. And we pray for protection for anyone who we care about, we love, and we want to be kept safe. All right, so go with me, if you would, into your heart. Breathe in love, breathe in light. And we're just bringing these prayers now, God, to you. We lift up every prayer that was spoken, every prayer that was written, every prayer that we hold in our heart as a desire to see miracles happen. And God, you are the giver of miracles. You are the creator of all that is. You created the divine. You created Divine Mother, Mother Mary, that we love so dearly and that we know nourishes us and holds us through every experience we have. We thank you for Jesus, who understands us fully, who knows what it's like to walk on this earth, to experience pain, to experience sadness, to experience joy. We know that as we walk, Jesus also walked and spoke and ate and felt and can understand whatever we're going through and helps us through every moment. Thank you, God, for this earth planet. We ask blessings on Gaia, that she be here for future generation, for our children and our children's children. Help us to learn more respect for our earth. Help us to learn more respect for each other and hold each other in high regard. We pray for peace on the planet, for every soul to remember who they are. And when we remember that we are unconditional love, we don't harbor the anger or the blame or the shame or the guilt. We just love. Help us to do that now as we go forward from this place. We love you and we thank you and we bless you, God. Om Shanti, Om Peace, and Amen. All right, let's get Leo and Brookie singing to us. And of course, little Max Man chiming in with his part. All right. Let's see what I'm doing here. Share. Well, let's go into our hearts. Hand on your heart center. And slow down your breathing.
Higher and higher and higher yet. Beyond the clouds, past the sun, that's where we're headed. And by the power of the Spirit, guided by purpose, raising consciousness. Up, 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 we gonna raise the vibe high and high till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, 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 we gonna raise the vibe high and high. Set your intentions, we off to another dimension. Up, we go, and love lead the way. Up, we go, no time to hesitate. Up, we go, and it feels so good. Up, we go.
Let's breathe in love. And breathe that love out into the world.
There was a time when I didn't know what to do. I'd focus my mind on things that just made me blue. No reason, no rhyme, making the negative true. I didn't know what else to do, but then I found my groove. We're going up, to a higher plane, up, where we can complain, up, where we can refrain from anything bringing us down. Up, to a higher plane, up, where we can complain, up, where we can refrain from anything bringing us down.
Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and high till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and high. Set your intentions, we off to another dimension. Up, we go, and love lead the way. Up, we go, no time to hesitate. Up, we go, and it feels so good. Up, we go, we going higher, higher, yeah. We going higher, higher, yeah. We going higher, higher, yeah.
We're going higher and higher and higher, yeah.
Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, we gonna, and it feels so. Up, we go,
Off to another dimension.
going higher, higher, we go,
Higher, yeah.
going higher, higher, we go,
Flying high, so high.
going higher, higher, we go.
We're going higher and higher and higher, yeah.
Going higher, higher, yeah.
And we did go up, up, up today, didn't we? What a great, great morning together. Thank you all. Thank you for coming in, for being here for each other. That's what we are all about. We're all about family, and we are family. Let that song play in your head all day. We are family, because we certainly are. I love you all so much. Stay in your heart, stay blessed, and go out there and create something beautiful today. I will see you tomorrow on Cuppa. Bye for now.